Imagine yourself sitting at the dinner table with your partner, scrolling through your phones, barely talking. You're both exhausted from work, the kids, and life in general. Now, you love each other, but something feels off. The connection isn't what it used to be, right? That's because making your partner feel valued takes effort and attention. In this video, we'll cover small but meaningful ways to show love, things that will have your partner feeling like the most important person in the world. Hi, I'm Dr. Jon Dabach. In case you don't know me, I'm a couples counselor and relationship coach. And on this channel, I talk about everything related to how to have better relationships. Relationships thrive when both partners feel seen, appreciated, and loved. I once worked with a couple, let's call them Sarah and Mike, who were great on paper. But Mike thought coming home from work, plopping on the couch, and zoning out to TV was enough. Meanwhile, Sarah was longing for simple, heartfelt gestures, a compliment, an unexpected hug, or just a few words of appreciation. And over time, she felt unseen, which is understandable. And that's the point. Even if you're together physically, emotional distance creeps in when someone feels undervalued. It's the little things, right? You don't need grand romantic gestures every day, but small acts do go quite a long way. Imagine leaving your partner's favorite candy bar on the counter with a note that says, "Saw this and thought of you." Or taking over one of their least favorite chores without being asked. I had a client who surprised her husband with a cup of coffee in the morning, nothing fancy, just the right amount of sugar, the right amount of cream, and just a little sprinkle of cinnamon. It was enough to make him feel cared for even during the busiest of weeks. If tips like these are already giving you some ideas, go ahead and click that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of the relationship advice I'll be sharing weekly. Trust me, these small shifts can make a huge difference, and I'm here to help you make that happen in your own relationship. Here's something that's way easier than people think. Just tell your partner you appreciate them. I'm talking about random moments of affirmation. You're sitting on the couch, maybe you're watching some YouTube, some Netflix, and you just turn to them and say, "You know what? I really appreciate how you always take care of little things that I forget." You'd be surprised how much weight those words can carry. I remember a couple where the wife said, "I can't remember the last time he told me I was beautiful." That one compliment can change the emotional temperature in the room. Another key component is physical affection. And we're not talking about only the big bedroom stuff here, although that's important too. I'm talking about those little everyday touches. I had a client who would just lightly place his hand on his wife's lower back when they were cooking together. It wasn't sexual, just a small way to say, "I'm here and I love you." Whether it's a quick kiss on the forehead, holding hands in the car, or sitting closer during movie night, those tiny physical gestures are a powerful way to communicate affection without saying a word. Now, let's talk for a second about quality time versus quantity time. So, here's a scenario that might hit home. You and your partner sit on the couch together every night, but you're both on your phones, not really connecting. That's quantity time, just being in the same space. What your relationship really needs is quality time. It could be as simple as a 10-minute conversation without distractions or going for a walk after dinner. One couple I worked with started playing cards every night before bed, and suddenly their conversations deepened. It wasn't about the game, it was about the attention they gave each other during that time. Now, there's an importance I want to place here on emotional support. Everyone has bad days, okay? Now, instead of trying to fix everything, learn to just be there for your partner. I once had a husband who would always try to solve his wife's work problems. I've had many husbands like that. And it's not exactly the way it seems, okay? You need to be able to say, "I'm sorry you went through a bad day. That must have been hard." Sometimes your partner needs you to just sit in the suck with them for a minute. It's not about the advice. It's not about being present and validating their feelings. We've talked a lot about making your partner feel loved and valued, but there's something that can quickly undermine all these good intentions: jealousy. It's the gut-wrenching feeling that creeps in when you least expect it. Maybe it's your partner getting a little too friendly with someone at work, or maybe it's just a small insecurity you've been holding onto for years. Suddenly, all those small acts of love and appreciation feel like they're being overshadowed by fear and doubt, and all that good stuff just goes out the window. And if you've ever felt that wave of jealousy crash over you and you weren't sure how to deal with it, you're definitely not alone. Jealousy can easily spiral out of control, turning what could have been a small misunderstanding into a full-blown relationship crisis. But there is good news. It doesn't have to be that way. In my next video, How to Handle Jealousy Without Losing Your Mind, I'm going to dive deep into where those feelings come from, how to manage them, and most importantly, how to use jealousy as a tool to strengthen rather than sabotage your relationship. And you can watch it right now by clicking on the little banner that's somewhere on your screen.